Hey guys, it's me again, Tristan, and this is episode 102 of Control Breakers. And again, Armin can't make it, and neither can Joe, for some reason. And my co-host today is Mitch.
What's up? Joe's probably at school.
Yeah.
Fuck knows.
No,
He's
Armin
somewhere.
is usually just Armin, and he has a lot of cosplay stuff apparently around this time. I think from
Yeah,
October,
it's
November.
getting back into con season, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You can catch me at Control Breakers if you have any questions or just want to shoot the shit. And you can catch all of our stuff or topics, or if you want to discuss a topic or you want to suggest a topic for us to talk about in a video, you would want to send it to Patreon/comicbookcast, where you can become a Patreon. $1 you can become a Patreon. $1 a month gets you on the support tab right here that's coming up on screen, and it goes a long way into helping us continue the content that you guys love and enjoy. And we also have the Discord server, so if you ever want to talk with everyone else that are fans of CBC, you can go there. It's pinned to the Facebook page for Comic Book Cast. It's right there. You'll be able to find it. Just click it and it'll direct you to our Discord server.
Beware, because you will see the devil in that Discord. It's something alright.
What is the text adventures of the CBC?
I have no idea. I just went in there one day and there's like 500 messages of them talking crap. I'm just like, okay. I'm going to back out slowly.
I do remember. You think they wanted you to discuss the Discord server, but I guess I did. They wanted you to discuss the Discord server, but I guess I did your job for you, because I went in there last night and I was reading some of the stuff, and they were saying that you're supposed to talk about it, I think, on the main comic book cast.
Yeah. They want Armin and Joe in there. So.
Yeah, well, you got it here. Hopefully we can do it for the main cast too. But some of the topics we have for today, at least it's a lot better than it was last week. We had another trailer for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon that beef up some of Alola's legendaries where they have all new Z moves for themselves. Well, it's the new forms of.
Let's not say they're all new, because they are just the exclusive moves for the legendaries as a Z move.
What the trailer said, it was all new.
The trailer says one thing about, The trailer says one thing about, it's clearly Sunsteel Strike and the Moon Guy's beam. So
they're new, quote unquote, new moves for the fusion bonded.
It's Duskmane Necrozma and Dawnwing Necrozma.
Yeah. And it still keeps typings for Solgaleo and Lunala. And let's see.
What typing was Necrozma? Was he just pure psychic?
I think he was pure psychic, because I think Solgaleo was psychic steel.
Yeah.
And Lunala was what was she?
Ghost? Was it Ghost?
I think
it was something. They were weak to each other, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it was Ghost and Psychic. I think that's what it was. And we have those new, quote-unquote, new Z moves, Searing Sun Rays Smash, and, what was it, Menacing Move Mimikyu, straight there. And then
yeah, but that poor Mimikyu, that just got his shit pushed in. Poor little thing, gets sucked through an ultra wormhole, and then he just gets that.
Yeah, because people were like, what's going on? Shouldn't the disguise ability go off? And he goes, oh, their Z moves disregard abilities, so...
Yeah. At least get something with sturdy. Like, don't do Mimikyu like that. Get like a fucking, what's it? I can't remember the name of it now. It's one of the rock types from 5th gen. Gigalith or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
That one. Get that one. Just do that one. No one cares about that one.
Yeah, and also we have new abilities for the Rotom deck, so it's not really useless anymore. That it has a couple of abilities, like I think it was one of the abilities is Roto Loto, which is basically a lottery where the more you
say they brought the slots back.
Yeah, where you get a random
They brought the slots back.
Yeah, where you get a random ability burst or boost with, I guess you can now hatch eggs even faster.
They're essentially O-powers
Yeah, and then another one,
without
which
the
is
SSS, whatever it was.
yeah, another one that's a little bit interesting is I guess the search function. Like, people thought it was it was basically like repel, but no, it attracts higher level Pokemon towards you. So if you're hunting for that specific Pokemon with that specific leveling, you can essentially catch it a little bit faster with the percentage boost.
So it'd be interesting how they actually play out.
Yeah, and apparently the Rotom Dex will, if you win, I guess if you win the lottery slot, every once in a while it will spit out a Pokemon egg.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
I wonder if it's just like random egg,
it probably is,
or if it's a specific random egg,
it probably is,
or if it's a specific like egg. Because that'd be interesting.
It'd probably either be random or like you have like a grid of specific Pokemon that it will have, and then just go by specific numbering, and then it'll spit out that Pokemon egg. Depending, like, you get.
So what's the bet? To be like the fucking pseudos, and that's how you get like certain abilities.
Yeah, probably.
That would suck. Oh.
Probably, and if they do add in the fact that like it's a high probability that you'll get a Pokemon with a hidden ability, people will be fucking using the slots like no tomorrow.
Yeah, let's say, because then actually that would make a lot of sense if you can do the hidden abilities. Because there are a lot of mons now that you would have to go to the Dream World to get the hidden ability in Platinum.
Yeah, you can't get them anymore. Outside.
I only bring that up because I've got fossil mons that I can't breed. It's just like, so I want the hidden ability.
Yeah, cause that's what I wanted. Because I have a whole bunch of fossil Pokemon. I don't know. I don't know. I had one too.
It's like, because they're the only two that I need the hidden abilities for. It's just like, that's stop my breeding.
There's another thing that I learned. I think during Cerebi.net is that GTS will be going down. I think a week or two before Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon go live, for them to update for them to update. I think the bank and GTS, so it will allow Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But they will.
Did they do that last time?
Yeah, they did it for Sun and Moon, where it went down for like a week and a half. And just get them to update for the quote unquote new games.
Yeah.
So, but when Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon launch November 17th, you'll be able to get all your banked Pokemon and do that alternate run if you don't want to use the Alolan starters anymore, which I see a lot of people on a Pokemon Reddit saying that they're not going to be using the Alolan starters. On a Pokemon Reddit saying that they're not going to be using the Alolan starters. They're either going to be hatching Pokemon, using the event Rockruff exclusively, and just catching Pokemon. Yeah, it's supposedly it looks a lot more interesting. Even people are seeing that, like, even the TV show is probably going to take a lot from Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon than the original games.
Which makes sense because they've held it off for like 50 episodes. So.
Yeah. Well, from one thing from Pokemon to now we're going to.
Didn't you forget something?
Did I?
What else can Rotom do? The big game breaking.
I can't remember. Can you fill me in? Because it wasn't.
Where he can refresh his E-Power, so you can use it more than once.
Okay, that one. It's weird. It's that depending on your friendship with the Rotom, just basically doing quizzes and talking to little shit. He can occasionally re-empower you to do another. Occasionally re-empower you to do another Z move. So you could essentially have 2 Z moves if you're friendly towards your Pokedex.
Which breaks the game.
Yeah, but they
it's breaking like.
Though.
Yeah, but like, is it going to be in like Battle Spot?
Probably.
Because then that's going to be horrific. That's changing the meta up. But...
Yeah, I mean, because that's what I'm wondering. Because if it allows you to do it during the Battle Spot and during online play, then yeah, it's kind of broken. But if they restrict,
you think like Z Splash Mimikyu going twice,
or
even Komodo's Z move going twice. Yeah. That's +6. Yeah. That thing ain't dying.
so my guess would probably be during maybe during free battle you're allowed to use the ability from the Rotondex to use 2 Z moves, but during competitive it doesn't go into effect, so you're only allowed to have the 1 Z move for the regular people, and you'd be restricted to 1 Z move for competitive because it'd be really fucking broken during competitive if you're not expecting it.
Yeah, I don't like Z moves anymore. I've really gone off of them.
Why they wanted to? They did it because they didn't want to give Pokemon or most of the Pokemon Mega forms.
Yeah, but Megas are so much better.
I know they're better, but they didn't want to seem like Megas were the only option, and they don't want to give over 700 Pokemon each a Z move, where the majority of them Mega Evolution.
Yeah, but there's some mons that could have really used.
I know that's what they're doing originally, but then people were saying, well, why can't my favorite Pokemon get a Mega Evolution? It looks so fucking cool. Like you could take what was it, Flygon?
Flygon, yeah.
Yeah, everyone had that meme. Why can't he get one?
Let's give it fucking Dragon Dance and go, there you go. Just
one.
Let's give it fucking Dragon Dance and go, there you go. Just that's kind of what you wanted, but okay.
Yeah, it's just because that's what I see, especially on the Reddit forums for Pokemon. Is like, why did Sun and Moon get rid of Megas? Why does Game Freak hate Megas now? And it's just they don't want to have to consistently update the Pokemon with Megas if they have over 700 right now, and it's gonna get into the thousands pretty soon, where they have to pick and choose which Pokemon really needs it and which doesn't need it at the time, and then it gets the fan base riled up because they all know this one really needs it because you nerfed it in in one of the previous gens. It really needs it to come back into the meta because I like it.
See, they've dug themselves a hole because they should have just balanced the stats better. Yeah, that's Megas, and then you got the Z moves, and you got the Alolan forms for some of them, which. Megas, and then you got the Z moves, and you got the Alolan forms for some of them, which, to be honest, they probably should have put in more Alolan forms for up to Sun and Moon, not give it 2 Z moves, because why?
Yeah, that's what I see, because people were saying, you can put, more Alolan forms, because I've seen some of the, I guess you could say, deviant art fan images for a couple of them. Some of them are actually...
There's a lot of cool, fake one. Alolan forms, they're really cool.
People were getting mad because, Ninetales got one, but Growlithe and the Arcanine didn't get one.
Yeah, but Arcanine didn't need one. Well, Arcanine's viable as it is.
I think it was because in the original Red and Blue, Vulpix and Growlithe were version exclusives.
True. That's true. Mm.
And that's why they were saying, because some other version exclusives, they got Alolan forms, but for some reason, Growlithe and Arcanine didn't get one. And that's what they were getting mad at.
Remember that Chinese leak? That was a surf Growlithe.
Oh, yeah, because once people saw that, they were saying, ooh, Growlithe is going to have water typing now, and, people were making drawings of Alolan Arcanine, and some of them were actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, what could have been? Oh well, that's Game Freak all over in it, really. But.
Yeah, I mean, you did see that some of the Pokemon Ash had, which did come true.
yeah, that's true.
But so far, they're leaking now little by little, as little information as they can for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So my guess is that they're probably going to leak out something, each week until.
It's been we've had a trailer a week for the last 3 now, so. It'll probably be a trailer a week until it comes out.
Yeah, people want.
It'll probably be a trailer a week until it comes out.
Yeah, people want more Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Hopefully, the story is a little bit more different than the regular one.
It seems different, like the whole Necrozma stole that world's light, and then now the Necrozma wants ours, and they're. I assume they're either helping him because we battle them at some point, but.
Yeah, it's more like that's because what I think is originally they wanted to get rid of him, but then they want to harness his power for themselves, and go the whole evil guy route. But that should be it for Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon this week, and going to the next one, which is still oddly absurd. Depending on what he writes, a co-writer for Marvel, is and also co-writer for Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 with the story mode. And it's, well, obviously, it's, it was the Kang Dynasty arc for Avengers, which the King actually took over the world and the Avengers had to stop him, which seems kind of cool, but got kind of absurd during the climax where...
I was going to say it really lost its way,
yeah,
kind of.
where it came out to having a giant space battle with a giant holographic projection of Kang duking it out with a giant holographic projection of Captain America in space.
It's comics. It's weird.
I mean,
but he did do Thunderbolts in 2000. I mean, even for 2001, that's kind of like, okay.
Because like I think like during 2001, with everything out, depending on when this was published, like I think like post 9/11, like the comics kind of got a little serious for a time. So I don't know where the...
Yeah, it's true. It was probably before all that.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I don't know. They had that. They can't be kids like holographic projections fighting in space.
Mm.
But I saw the in space.
Mm.
But I saw the trailer. It's okay for a Lego, Lego game. It's not really like serious or anything. You have...
I was gonna say it's not gonna blow your socks off. It's just fun to play.
Yeah, I mean, like, because they had the trailer. Apparently, Cosmo's in this, and he's trying to help the time displaced heroes because Kang is going throughout all the multiverse and taking parts of that universe and making a giant mega city of time displaced Earth. So that's why we're getting like all these different versions of the characters, and why not the original versions of the Avengers are there, and it's all like 2099 is there, like Cowboy Captain America's there, and you got,
that's cool.
Yeah, you got Thor, and you got World War Hulk Thor in there too. And they did do that one bit where, Thor comes in and is all, trying to talk, and then Hulk, for no apparent reason, socks him and he flies off again.
Yeah, because Avengers movie.
Yeah.
You like that one scene, right?
Well, that's it. And then they have Star-Lord's there, and Groot and Rocket are there too, and they're trying to...
I hope Star-Lord has like the original 80s costume.
I think that's...
It's got like the bug eyes.
It's probably unlockable, because from what I've seen in the trailer, it's the current, the movie skin, that's what it was.
That's rubbish.
I mean, well, that's the more well-known Star-Lord, so they're going to use that one. And
true. That's true.
Like, for any of the comic buffs, you'll get the other costumes either as DLC or an unlockable. Just like where, like, one of this one, one of Star-Lord's special abilities is to pull out his Walkman and dance.
Christ. That's the worst thing the movie ever did for that character.
I mean, they put it into the game. I don't really know what use it is, other than you'll hear the music going off and he starts dancing, and it changes the music for I think in level 2, and he just dances.
They're good at that hold their ears because they don't like the sound, and it's going to stun them or something like that.
I mean, it seems cool. I mean, because let's see, we have what Warner Brothers initiative for that makes the Lego games. What they're going to do is they're going to have some of the levels are going to be relegated around ancient Egypt, the Old West, the Shikar, New York City in 2099, and some other places in the Marvel setting. So,
that's cool. Yeah. No doubt you'll have like Asgard and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, and they also recreated the Gladiator Arena for Thor Ragnarok in the game.
Haven't they shown off the Gladiator Hulk already?
Yeah, but I think they're gonna have like Thor Ragnarok Thor Ragnarok Thor with some other characters, because they usually do that, especially like with I think Homecoming did it where they had Spider-Man, and they had Homecoming Spider-Man, and then you had like mislabeled Spider-Girl, I think it was Ultimate Spider-Woman.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah,
where they called her Spider-Girl when it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, God, Jessica Drew never gets any love.
But yeah, they're gonna have that, and I guess we can tag this on too, because it's a Lego. Is that T'Challa, Black Panther, is getting his own Lego movie?
I don't think it's a theatrical movie.
Well, it's gonna be a DVD movie.
I think it's more like a little. I'm not 100%. It might just be a DVD movie. It might just be like a little TV thing.
Hmm. I mean,
100% DVD movie. It might just be like a little TV thing.
hmm. I mean,
100%.
I mean,
I was let down by that. I was just like, oh, I was expecting this like massive like Lego Batman style movie, but
it's gonna be one of their animated like TV movies. And it could,
yeah,
could be fun.
so it could lead into something that there's interest there.
Yeah,
You know, one dude with Black Panther, like the hype around.
Because like what people don't know is like Black Panther is like Batman if Batman was even richer and had like supernatural powers.
See, that's what my
like
thing.
Supernatural powers, not like ones he got because he's Batman and he can do stuff like that.
That was my thinking. Like, if it was an actual movie, market it as like the better Lego Batman movie.
Yeah,
That's like done.
That's what I want. I thought it was an actual theatrical Lego movie, but it seems like from what you're saying, it seems like it's just going to be a TV movie.
I'm pretty certain.
And it seems like it's just going to be a TV movie.
I'm pretty certain it's a TV movie. That's what someone was told me.
Okay. I mean, either way, it would be pretty interesting because I think like the last time outside of like Avengers TV shows, he had one TV show, and that was like in the early 2000s, and it was.
And so, didn't he have that horrible animated series?
Yes, it was.
That wasn't even really animated. It was just like stills.
Yeah, I think it was a motion comic.
Yeah,
that's what it was. I think it was. They did something with like BET here in the States. And then they had that, and I thought because I saw it on like when it came out, I didn't watch it. I remember seeing like during like for like Blockbuster stuff, they had like the whole entire series on DVD, and I always passed by it. And, like one time I saw it, I thought it was like an actual animated TV series, and he goes, "No, it's an animated motion comic." I didn't know what animation.
Oh, the guy who did the Boondocks, like that little cartoon, like made a character just to take the piss out of that show.
Oh, Aaron. Okay, I think he did like he does that a while. I think like that's what most people are saying is like seasons 1 through 3 for Boondocks is basically a giant parody on social issues and everything like that. But season 4 was done without him, so that's why the entirety of season 4 wasn't even really funny or anything like that. But I don't know. Are you gonna be playing Lego Marvel Superheroes 2?
I might. I say platinum. I did I 1K'd the first one on Xbox, but I don't know. That was kind of enough for me. I'm not really a Lego game kind of guy.
I know Armin gets all of them. I don't know why.
I can't. I don't know how anyone could play all of them because it's just the same game. You're just doing exactly stuff. It's crazy.
You got Lego Marvel. He has Lego Indiana Jones. Lego Jurassic. He has Lego Indiana Jones. Lego Jurassic Park. I don't even I don't even know who wanted a Lego stuff. I can take Lego Star Wars, but I don't know who wanted a Lego Jurassic Park.
Same people who wanted Lego Harry Potter. Or the fucking Lego nerds. God damn Lego nerds.
Oh man. The next game, depending on story, is that development team for Tekken 7 said that people don't use tutorial anymore. That's why the story is a tutorial. So it's just people trying to justify tutorials now. It's like they're not really needed anymore. Most people don't, use tutorials, which I can see because I did watch some playthrough of. I think I don't know if you watched them. It was like Maximilian. He does playthroughs of fighting games, and he did through Tekken 7. I can see where they're coming from. Where Tekken 7, I can see where they're coming from. Where Namco actually had during story mode, they have a moves list in the corner for people who want to do like special moves for the characters during story mode. It's completely optional. You can toggle it off and on if you don't really want to have the moves list in the corner of the screen while you're playing the story mode. It's just to help people get along if you want to do stronger strings of hits or special moves itself. It seems really interesting. It's just that now they said people don't. Well, now I guess for the hardcore scene, they just want like a movable moves list, not really a tutorial because they already know what the characters can do and casuals don't really like that. They'll play it and probably learn like a couple strings and special moves, but they'll leave the tutorial alone. So now people are saying like we don't really need them anymore, and even some of development people are saying like we don't really need them anymore, and even some of development teams, not Namco Bandai, and saying that realistically now more and more people don't really want use tutorials. It's one of the reasons why manuals went away, and like I'm just sitting here, it's like I read the manuals.
I'm one of 6 people who've ever touched those things.
Yeah, they were cool. They had cool art. It, like even with like even within 2 that I have here, they don't have a manual because the first one did, and I was like really surprised that they actually went like all out and like had a full manual. I was like 30 or 40 pages and had some art and background information on the characters and stuff like that. I like that.
See, I like it when they did stuff like that, but I never saw enough of that. So
yeah, because
to be fair, I didn't really touch the manuals.
Yeah, because it's like I think it started happening with I think like mid gen for mid gen for 360 and PS3, where a lot less companies started dialing back on the manuals, where you just got the flimsy 2-page quote unquote manual where you just had the controls and the epileptic seizure.
The health and safety stuff. Yeah.
But
what was it? The tutorial story mode stuff. I think it's kind of sad. No, I'm not sure I get it. Fighting game players play it more for the mechanics. The story, but
yeah, I mean, it's not just like fighting games. It's like games in general, where people were like, because from what I've seen, it started in like fighting games, and then now people are saying we don't need tutorials, and in any kind of game now we can learn on our own. And I'm like, not really, because I like at least a small tutorial about the controls, because I don't want to be trying to figure out.
No,
I know it's just some people like it because sometimes they actually. Well, now since like Tekken is doing it, like it's putting it in the story mode. I think like before, some fighting games like Mortal Kombat and like Street Fighter have had they tried to make the tutorial into its own little side story where it's you have like the 2 beginner characters when they go off onto when you start the like a story mode, you start off as the 2 centralized characters, and before you actually start, they have like a little banter on like, do you know how to fight? Obviously I do. And then like, okay, let's do a little sparring match and see if you still know what you got. And that's what.
See, I like that. That just fleshes out the game more. I don't know. It's I like little details like that. So let's just have some fun with it. But
yeah, and that's what Tekken's trying to do less of, kind of, because the tutorial itself is just you just have a move list in the corner, and it just tells you You just have a move list in the corner, and it just tells you how to do the move while you're fighting in the story mode. So I can see that they were trying to do something like that, but in itself, it's not like making like a little side story for the tutorial. It's just tacking on the tutorial during the story mode if you want to use like a 7 or a 10 hit string with some special moves, and that's just they just don't want to waste any time, because the data that they got back from Q&A testers and gamers in general is that most oftentimes, like 80 to 90% of the time, no one really touched the tutorial mode. So that was like,
see, to me, if that's the case, just get rid of story mode and have like the training. Just do that.
Yeah, and then like that's what they would have, and then it was like, then why waste development time when we could be doing something else?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why waste even the memory? Just like whack the graphics up slightly, do something.
Yeah, that's what it is for me. I just
do something.
Yeah, that's what it is for me. I just hopefully they put when they say they put tutorial in story mode, at least they have like a side story that makes it a part of the game, so that this is the tutorial, but it's still part of the story. I do like that, but not when it's just have the move hit list on the corner of the screen. If you want to do it, it just shows you, so you'll be able to wax the floor with the AI bots. Because that's what most of them did during the story mode. When you have like the 10 hit string for like Heihachi, most people just did the 10 hit string over and over again and mop the floor with most of the AIs if you were just playing it on like normal
Yeah, because then what's the point? Like, if no one's playing the story mode, what's the point in even making the AI? No,
I don't know. Well, it's basically just a bot, just a practice dummy at that point.
exactly. It's like you might as well just have it stand still.
I mean, because that's what that's what practice mode does sometimes. Like,
They should do is just like program AI with like
mm,
the esport fighters
yeah.
and just do that. Like, take whoever's like number one and just have that as the hardest setting.
Holy shit! I mean, because
I mean, that's the only
those
way people like get better, isn't it? Like, why
well,
fight against something that's done
I
as
know
shit?
it is, but like if you have from the top 10 current players, they're gonna get their shit pushed in.
Well, you got something to work towards, didn't you? No,
I
no.
mean,
Obviously,
yeah,
like,
but
have, like you can have like change difficulty modes, but
yeah, I know, but like having that, you get your shit pushed in. I was like, cause you've seen what they can do.
yeah, but you start at the bottom, work way up. Everyone starts at zero. No.
Yeah, but I know people get easily discouraged when they see like they just want to see what like the top 10 ranked players can do, and like their perfect parrying and blocking all their attacks, and they go into like a 10-hit string consistently because they like a 10-hit string consistently because they predicted all your movements.
I mean, if you want to see, like, if you want to know how to see the Matrix, you got to learn how to see the Matrix.
Yeah, and from people complaining about one thing to another thing, it's Star Wars Battlefronts 2. Well, basically EA complained that we heard you guys and we are going to, well, it's not fully finished about our loot box system, and it's going to be completed during initial release, and it's all going to be good, and there's going to be rainbows, and we're going to have a system that that goes that works for people who don't want to pay and for people who do want to pay.
Absolute bollocks. They're saying it because they got caught. They honestly thought they could get away with it because it's EA. There's no way EA gives a shit about what the players want. It's just like, oh, EA. There's no way EA gives a shit about what the players want. It's just like, oh, we can make money off that.
They give a shit when they know they're not going to get the money.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, yeah.
Because from what they've been saying is that it's the core system for loot boxes has not been fully implemented in the beta, so everything that
Which is
happened
bollocks. Like, betas aren't betas. They're finished games. They're finished products, and they're not going to change drastically.
The only thing I could see like changing drastically is the algorithm for percentage on what you get in the loot box, because if
No, because then that means less money because you're giving away.
it's like because like how it is, because I know over like Blizzard slash Activision did for Overwatch, that people complained a lot about getting repeats over and over consistently. They dialed it back, and so now you get a lot less repeats and a lot more.
But with the mods they have in Battlefront 2, like the Boba Fett thing where you can be invincible when you're flying, they're not gonna let people just get that.
They said only you can get that, but now they're saying that some of the star cards, some of the guns are gonna be buffed and debuffed, because from what they're saying is like, this certain star card and this weapon is shit, and we know we need to rebalance that, because like one of the weapons that needed a buff because it was relatively shit during the beta, which was the First Order flamethrower, which you can't kill anybody with it. So they said that it's gonna need some more firepower, so they're gonna buff that.
Because that's all these demos, because that's what they are basically for. It's just weapon balancing. No, it's never. They're not going to change much. They even kind of say it themselves, "Oh, like we'll balance the whole thing out during like the early,
the initial launch of it, like
initial launch." Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like.
Which is like another statement that they posted, which was that crates will include a mix of star cards, outfits, emotes, and victory poses. They are going to be working on the algorithm more, so it's not so much as repeats, because the amount of stuff, I guess, crafting parts you get for the repeats is not enough, and they're going to be adding more challenges, like how Destiny has with the milestones.
Yeah.
For each week, you'll have a certain amount of challenges to do to get whatever you want, from, I guess, crafting currency to actual loot boxes.
I mean, hopefully it works out for the people that are going to buy it, but I'm certainly not touching this thing with a 10-foot pole. So
Yeah, because like if they didn't like drastically retweak the the EXP game for rank, I ain't touching it.
yeah, I mean, like, even just the fact that like it changed that. Yeah, I mean, like, even just the fact that like the whole progression system is based. It's still like no matter what they change, like
Yeah,
all
it's
this
still
stuff,
yeah,
it's still pay to win.
yeah, it's
So
based
it's like
on
I'm not paying a full. Like if it was a mobile game, it might be different
yeah.
because it'd be free. But I'm not paying like 60 quid for this crap.
I
Like,
mean, because
sorry.
like at the end where they said right here is like we are working to make sure the system is in balance for both players who want to earn everything as well for players who are short on time and would like to move faster in their progress. Meaning that we have to like I think the internet term for now is for people who endorse this type of pay to win. They call them whales.
Wales.
Yeah, on the internet, people who don't care and will basically pay more money to pay to win, they call them whales.
But why Wales? I don't get it.
I don't know. That's what the internet terminology for people who don't care about pay to win and will flush out money if they can to get an upper hand. They call them whales.
I'm gonna look that up after
Yeah,
this because
and
that's intriguing.
yeah, and then her people they're trying to placate to the whales and to the regular player base who just want to earn everything because they're either a really good player or they're a really good team player, and it wouldn't take that long to have a progression system to rank up to the class and weapons that they want to use.
Yeah, it's a sad thing, microtransactions, because like they should just be a tool to help certain people out, but they kind of cheapen games, especially how they are now.
Well, I think cool in this one is like even for the progression system doesn't really mean anything because
Yeah,
for people who can basically buy as many loot boxes as they can for the progression system doesn't really mean anything because
yeah,
for people who can basically buy as many loot boxes as they can and get the weapons, they're not really the weapons probably would be good, but they're not at their best because you still have to go through the progression system to do it, or basically just farm enough loot boxes until you get enough crafting materials to upgrade the stuff.
yeah. It is what it is, really. Isn't it? No.
And like at the end, they just Dyson here just said we're still working on feedbacks. If you guys have any more feedback, post it in the forums, and we'll be ready to go next month when Star Wars Battlefront 2 releases on the PS4, PC, and Xbox One, November 17th.
I've got some feedback. Make a fucking game. How about that? Don't make a Star Wars lottery with a little shooter function. No,
Well,
make a game.
they tried to, but they want more money.
See, if I just want like my Jedi Starfighter like 2 or 3, whatever it is. Like my Jedi Starfighter like 2 or 3, whatever it is. Just give me that. I love that game so much.
Well,
That's all I want to play with Star Wars.
well, you can because it's a skin now. So
Oh,
that's what it's all about now. Well, certain companies know like the value of the skin and have the regular combat and gameplay all on its own. So if you just want the skin, that's what loot boxes are for.
yeah.
But the way EA is doing it is like you want progression, you want better gear, you want the skins, loot box. And that's not the way to go. Well, from more money from one company to the next.
One shady dealing to another.
It depends on the shady dealing.
This is 100% shady.
IGN acquires Humble Bundle.
Yeah, this is shady as fuck. It's a conflict of interest, because they are going to get everything first. Everything from Humble Bundle is going to get.
GameStop, where they're now trying to get into game development, where they're publishing indie games, so they have either exclusive DLC or they have the game first. To hear IGN, it has Humble Bundle, which is a digital distribution company and also a game publisher for indie titles. So, from what IGN stated, that they're not really for like the next 2 or 3 years, they're not really going to be involved with Humble Bundle all that much. So, for the next 2 or 3 years, Humble Bundle will operate as normally. So, they're not really going to dictate on what Humble Bundle does for the next 2 to 3 years. They don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. But that's to me, that's just formality speak. No,
Yeah,
it's
and like they, because for people who don't know about PC and are not PC gamers, Humble Bundle is just a distribution company where they'll get keys. Is just a distribution company where they'll get keys from things like from Sony and Microsoft themselves for the Xbox division for digital keys for their games sometimes, but mostly for PC games on Steam where they would get a lot of keys and you'd be able to build your own bundle for the type of bundle. Like say they have action adventure bundle and they have over 100 titles, so you can build your own bundle for the titles that you want, and whatever game they have in that bundle would be in that bundle at a discounted price. And so you got like 4 games that come out to like, I'll probably say $25, but all of them individually would probably come out to about $45-$50
yeah.
at most. So that's what it does. And they also are doing publishing for indie titles. The most recent one they did was A Hat in Time, which they are publishing for the indie development team for the console platforms, because they can't do it themselves, because costs for publishing and getting dev kits from Sony and Microsoft cost a bit of change, so they don't really have the money to get to pay for all the formalities for licensing from the companies.
Yeah.
But what people are kind of concerned about is what IGN gets out of the deal, because like you said, you don't know if they're going to give a bias to some of the published games that Home Bundle are going to do. So
I mean, it's exactly what's going to happen. Like, no, they own it now. So everything that comes out of Humble Bundle, they're not going to say don't go to it, because then they're going to lose money out either way, and they're always going to get everything first, so they can get the traffic to their site from it. So I'm honestly surprised the deal was allowed to go through.
Yeah,
to be honest,
but they chose IGN for some reason.
Yeah, probably because IGN's like the biggest one. So
yeah, and like the company from because people were wondering will successes indie successes like Hat in Time, would you not take IGN's word for it and go somewhere else and read up on it even more, or would you take IGN's word even if they have a bias towards it? Because Gears for Breakfast, they're the development team behind A Hat in Time, which got really good reviews across the board from all the news sites, and there's memes going around and saying the Platonic, the creators, the creative team behind Banjo-Kazooie had 20 million in crowdfunding and they made a mediocre game. Wow.
Yeah.
Gears for Breakfast was only a handful of guys who played Super Mario Sunshine a couple times, and they're amateur programmers, and they made it Hat in Time.
It is what it is, really.
I don't really know, because it's just really weird, but IGN didn't make another statement saying that they're not going to mess with Humble Bundle's money raising for charity, so they're not gonna.
So I'd hope not, because that would be really dickish if they did.
Yeah, because I think Humble Bundle prides itself on, I think over the years that's been funded, they've raised over about, I think it was over 160 million to charity.
Christ, that's not bad, guys.
Yeah, for the bundles that they offer for people on the consoles like PC and all that because I think here we go. It's co-founder John. John Graham started Humble Bundle in 2010, so really close to 7 years old at this time.
7 years and they have 100 million. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad,
Yeah, over 100 million raised for charities. It isn't bad, and that's what people are kind of worried about. Not just for every game that Humble Bundle publishes for indie development teams, is IGN. They already know IGN's gonna get a first look, the first reviews up, and and they don't want what good Humble Bundle does for charities, because they do a lot of stuff. Like, you go to Humble Bundle, you'll see a lot of bundles for people to buy, and people do know, they like the fact that I think it was like most of what they bought goes to charities of either charity of the month or their charity of choice.
Yeah.
And like the last time I went,
Yeah,
I've
stopped. I've stopped going to IGN recently. And I'm not even entirely sure why. It's just I've just dropped off.
Well, it's because most of the people that were before they had their own interests in them, they were honest to good gamers, and they gave their thoughts on games. Now, people are like mad at certain news sites. Why would you, if you have a person who does a review on a certain game, why would you have a person who hates that type of game review that type of genre of game? Like, say, if someone had to review a JRPG, but the person that hated JRPGs, why would you put that person on that review in the first place?
I mean, that's just like it's varied opinion. I don't see anything wrong with that. But...
Well, like if they hate RPGs, they'll.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's a case of
RPGs. They'll.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's a case of, well, why put someone who likes JRPGs on that title? Because you know they're going to give a skewed view. It's a skewed view either way.
Yeah, I mean, people, it's either that or people would want the person who's open to all kinds of games, which there are a couple people who are at that that company who have who haven't even touched a JRPG. They're saying, like, why couldn't they get someone like that instead of someone who outright hates it and wouldn't even give it the time of day, and probably would like give it a 5 or 4 just because they don't like how it is presented itself, either based on the story, the presentation of the graphics, to even how like the battle system is.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it. Like, obviously, like the person who likes those types of games are going to obviously know more about how shit works, so you're not going to be kind of lost. But no. But no. Biased view, whether you like it or not.
Like, yeah, I mean, because like they even had like one of the most famous ones for the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire, which they gave it. I think it was.
What, the 7 out of 10 too much water or whatever it was.
I think it was 7.8 out of 10. Too much water was one.
Oh yeah, they do those stupid point numbers, don't they?
Yeah, no. Instead of like the 0.5, they did 0.8, and then people were, why don't you just give it an 8 then? Cause it's rounded up.
It's because too much water, clearly.
Oh yeah. Well, that's it for IGN. I don't know. This could either be good or bad, but apparently,
I was gonna say we're just gonna have to like see how it goes. Yeah, really?
Because apparently Home Bundle thought it was a good idea.
I mean, they get money out of it.
They get money out of it, but if something goes wrong, they're the first to get liquidated.
Yeah, it's a risk-taking business, isn't it?
Yeah, and it comes now, since we're all out of topics, it comes to what we've been playing for the past week. And you know me, since it's October and Evil Within 2 came out, I've been playing that for like the past couple of days, and it's really, really good.
So I never played the first one, so
it's I think one of the directors for the original Resident Evil, he's on here, and if you like the Resident Evil franchise before they went all action platform action adventure game, this is what it is. It's survival horror. You have to pick and choose, when to fight and when to run. You have to scrounge out for items and inventory, because you're not gonna have a lot of stuff playing through the game.
That's cool. I've just been doing the old still on Destiny, because it's the last week of the first month, and it was the Iron Banana. That's cool. I've just been doing the old still on Destiny, because it's the last week of the first month, and it was the Iron Banana, or the Lag Banner, whichever one you want to call it. Because it's still laggy as fuck. I don't know how they still got...
I didn't get a lot of lag, but I did get a lot of
it's horrific.
Other things where, like, even when they said that, we put out a patch so you guys don't get disconnected going to the tower, I still get that shit.
I haven't got that. That they fixed that on my end, luckily. But it's just like, I'll kill someone, they'll run around a corner and die, and it'll come up being like blood for blood, and it's like, well, that wasn't blood for blood because he didn't fucking do anything. Like, what are you doing on? It's just that constantly. It was the same in the first game, but it's just
because I thought that was happening like when they were going through that. I thought it was happening at first, but apparently not because it would show up. I would like kill them 80%. To their health gone, and then my teammate would kill him for me, and I get blood for blood, and I'm like,
I see. I was on my own like at this point, and like I'm dead, and my damage numbers are still ticking on the screen.
Okay.
I don't know if it's my problem or their problem, but
it's mostly their problem.
Kind of that.
Like, I don't have any problems connected to anything else.
I was gonna say I've never had lag. On.
I've had it, but not like I've had lag before, but so like. Until like recently, since Iron Banner started, that's when I started to get some.
Mm. But like my main problem with this is it's the one that everyone's got is the drop rate for the gear. Like it just wasn't good enough. Like I've done all the 10 packages, and I've only got the cloak. Like, I wasn't a hunter, so I got the cloak, the helmet, and the chest right at the end, and that's it. I mean, I got the helmet twice, but it's kind of like out of 10 packages, I got 4 pieces of gear.
Yeah, I got so far right now, even though I'm a level.
Say a couple, I've got a fair few, but it's just.
I think my first package was the auto rifle. I'm like, really? I wanted the armor.
I mean, auto rifles like dominate at the minute.
Oh, I know, yeah. Because I don't know, did they slow down on the I mean, did they reduce the fire rate for scouts? Because every time I try to use a lot of my other scouts, they don't fire as fast as they used to.
I don't think they have. They might have done. I don't know. I haven't looked at patch notes.
Because I switched to my the number auto rifle, and like I'm tearing through people.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people still use scouts. Like, there's a lot of Midas running about.
Because like I would switch depending on the match. When I'm doing better with my scout, I would switch to my auto. Because I still have like the number the auto where it has I think it was one of its perks is the latter half of its clip is the latter half of its clip is bonus damage.
Oh, the glass half full.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah, and then it has the next one.
What? That was an exotic gun in the first one that had that perk. I can't think what it was.
Was it? I think it was the Cirrus Regime, wasn't it?
Was it this? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I missed.
Yeah, it had two of it where like you can either have the regular rate of fire or the turbo auto fire, and like the glass half full, and you start killing people faster.
A lot of people didn't upgrade it fully because it did more damage with this like the quick fire. But.
Yeah, it has that, and then it has I think one of the other perks it has high impact rounds and ricochet rounds.
Well, the ricochet was what was that other one? I had it. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. I've got it in this game. Yeah. I used to love it in the first one. Oh, they changed it so you can change the elements on it now, and I can't think what it's called. It's an Armalon one, I think. That's gonna bug me when it's got Hard Light. That's the one.
Yeah.
Hard Light's got ricochet.
Yeah, but now the number. If you add the number during the if you had it for is it Future War Cult number, it has the ricochet rounds. So
yeah,
that's what I ended up doing. Is that I'll start shooting.
I haven't seen a lot of those actually. I thought I was
not a lot of people. Not a lot of people. They wanted the they wanted the gun that you could win from the rally. And a lot of people just dismantled a lot of the other stuff. I kept a number just in case because I was reading what some of the weapons could do. I kept a number. I kept one of their scout rifles too, and getting 301, 302, 304 weapons, including auto rifles. I just upgraded my number. And I just started destroying people because they try it with the shootout with
Well, they had on PvP. They haven't actually enabled power level.
Yeah, that's what people were annoyed too, especially for Iron Banner. And then like people were saying, well, it doesn't really matter because the only time that matters is when there's like a 10+ level difference between the people. So like if like a
Yeah,
280 something or a 290 something tried to come at me, I'd rip them a new one.
but that's still like 20%
Yeah,
difference damage reduction. That's crazy.
yeah, and then like because like with the number, especially since it has a really good stability rate, especially from mid to close range, I tear right through right through them even though they shoot me first.
Yeah. But like my main issue with Iron Banner this year is the whole milestone was to get 10 packages.
Yeah,
All you got for that was a fucking emblem.
really? You didn't get like a gun or anything? That's why I thought you got like
Nope.
an extra gun. You didn't have.
Nope.
What's that one called? Because I got before.
There's two Iron Banner emblems. There's the one that shows you how many packages you have, which is like the tree and like all the green stuff. The one you get for 10 packages is, I think it's called the Shades of Radagast, and it's like it's a really nice emblem. Like I've got it on my hunter. I'm probably gonna have it on the others as well. It's just kind of like really an emblem for like at minimum 40 wins and like 200 tokens, and you're gonna give me just an emblem. Thanks. It's like, we need a talk, Bungie. That's not good enough.
Well,
not with the lag.
They didn't even know what they're. Well, they probably don't have enough or a lot of content to do before December, because we got like a month left before.
I was gonna say December's gonna have like even more content because it's got Osiris. So
yeah, the DLC, because people. That's what people have a problem with, like in the first Destiny before the Taken King update, which was the downtime, because you could get through most of the content within like a month or two if you were really trying to get to the end game, or 3 months. Yeah. By that time, you had like a 2 month, 3 month wait before the next DLC content update comes, and it's basically people. Just
that's a very first world problem. It's like, I want more content from this game. It's like, well, is that really a problem? Like,
well, for people who want to continue playing, yeah.
It's kind of like it's your own fault for blasting through it so quickly.
Yeah,
so.
like, that's what people kind of like with the Taken King update, which it basically revitalized a lot of the old strikes and the exclusive gear for that strike until like they added the skeleton keys, and that's when I would have like 10 skeleton keys, because I didn't really know what they were for at first, and then you get exclusive gear for each strike, and that's what I was doing. I would just play that strike for that piece of gear.
Yeah, I tried. I can't remember what one it was. I think it was the Tannic strike, and you get a really cool hunter cape, and it had the fur around the inside. I tried for hours to get that, and then I finally got it, and now I'm not on Xbox anymore. So my poor hunter's chilling there with. She looks fabulous on Xbox, but it's just like,
I still haven't done my Titan.
I don't like how Titans play. I don't know. There's something off about it. Like, sure, they might be the best with the raid, but
I just haven't like gotten to it, because like right now since I've been off, like I still like gotten to it, because like right now since I've been off, like I still only cap out at 305, because my hunter's my highest one, and
I've just started to break into the 300s. Like my gear, like my armor's virtually all 305.
Like once you break into the 300s, it's good up until 303, 304, because then that's when it stops again.
So yeah, I think my helmet's 305. I got a 305 exotic legs the other day. My cloak's 302. I can't remember what
I still can't get the fucking cloak +5 defense. I need that thing so bad.
Oh, I've got so many cloak mods. It's crazy.
That's what I need, because like right now, my cloak is the only one that's like 30. I think 302. I have stuff.
See, I still can't get fucking kinetic weapon mods. For the life of me, that's the one thing that does not drop. I have, for the entire 2 characters, I've had one whole bunch of mod drop.
I get those occasionally. Other than that, I have to basically gamble for them.
Yeah, it's not
to, like, get a whole bunch of regular rare mods, then go.
I honestly got really excited earlier doing Iron Banner, because it came up saying kinetic mod, and it wasn't a kinetic mod. It was a fucking arms mod that helped it's kinetic like movement, and I'm like, you have got.
So it was an arms mod that had.
I'm just like, where is it? I know I have it. It's here. It's like, oh no, it's not. I'm like, fuck you, game. Got me hyped for no reason.
Well, we took this on long enough. It's over an hour, and
I was say, how long over an hour? Because Joe will be mad.
it's about. I'm the one editing here. It's about right now. It's like close to an hour, 10 minutes. Close. To
Ooh.
yeah. I'm gonna
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut out the beginning of this. It'll probably be like an hour and 40.
That's fine.
But if you have thoughts on the discussions we had right here, put them down in the comments below on what your thoughts on the topics at hand. Do you have any closing thoughts here?
No, I think I said all I need to say this week.
But okay, still,